what do we get when we have sheriff supremacy? What do we get when we have constitutional sheriffs? So having a sheriff, a sitting sheriff promoting these ideas is really a way that helps normalize these ideas that are rooted in hardcore white nationalism and anti-government ideology. So there's this legitimacy that comes when you have a sitting sheriff or a sitting official really of any kind that's putting these ideas out there as fact and as real. And you can think about that as something that we've often called margins to the mainstream, which is, oh, how do these ideas that start out at militia meetings or those types of environments make their way into the political mainstream? Well, sometimes it's candidates or it's elected officials that literally carry them into the mainstream and repeat them. The second thing is sheriff supremacy creates this environment that is a really good one if you're an anti-government patriot and you want to spur conflict with the federal government. So you got a sense of that in that John Trockman clip, around federal land managers. And we've seen this happen in places like Nevada, like Oregon with the Bundy family. And we know, and we have seen here in Montana, when people like Ammon Bundy literally travel the region looking for opportunities to have their next armed standoff. When you have the acceptance of constitutional sheriffs and sheriff supremacy, you create an environment that it's easier for someone like an Ammon Bundy to manipulate and exploit into that situation. It also perpetuates the false interpretations of the Constitution and bad revisionist history. Now that's bad in and of itself, but then when you think about Sheriff Slaughter, where he's sending his deputies into rural schools to teach kids that, to teach middle and high school students, middle school and high school students, that message. And finally, it really is about disregarding the rule of law and the separation of powers. So again, sheriff supremacy seeks to grant these superpowers to sheriffs. Our entire system, all of our systems are set up in a way where no one gets to have all of that power by themselves or by the office that they hold. We have checks and balances, we have the separation of powers, and sheriff supremacy really tries to negate all of that by making this one office have all the power, including the right to decide what is and isn't constitutional. So you end up in this situation where you have sheriffs embracing this that are really undermining the very laws and processes that they're supposed to uphold.